Hello, my name is Kyle Packer. I'm a planner with the town of Oro Valley and the host of this informational community outreach video. Thank you for tuning into this first step of the public outreach process. This video is for a proposed mixed-use self-storage development on a vacant property located north of the northwest corner of Tangerine Road and La Cañada Drive. The applicant has proposed a 112,000 square foot self-storage facility, 4,000 of which is retail, for the subject property shown here. This development requires a conditional use permit. During this informational video, I'll first discuss the public participation process and how to stay involved. Second, I'll give background information and briefly discuss the applicant's proposal. Third, Ms. Carrie Sylvan, representing the property owner, will walk through the what and why of the proposal and provide more detailed information. Lastly, I'll provide information on next steps for the project and how you can participate and stay informed. I'll take a moment to review the area surrounding the subject property. The proposed development area, shown in blue on this slide, is approximately 2 acres. It is located near the northwest corner of the West Tangerine and North La Cañada intersection. The project is near Lehman Academy and the post office, as well as single-family homes and lots in Miller Ranch, Vistoso Gateway, and Verde Ranch, among others. So where are we in the process? For all conditional use permit applications, the town requires applicants to reach out to residents before formal applications are submitted, so you can share comments and questions with the applicant and town staff at the beginning of the process. The first neighborhood meeting is scheduled for February 10th. It will take place online via Zoom and will be fully interactive, allowing residents to ask questions and provide feedback. After this meeting, the applicant will provide a formal submittal, which staff will review before moving to further neighborhood, planning and zoning commission, and town council meetings. This video serves to provide information about the project prior to the first neighborhood meeting, so you can be prepared with questions at that time. Please help spread the word about this proposal, video, and upcoming neighborhood meeting. Property owners near the site have been directly notified by mail. Furthermore, the site has been posted with yellow signs. If you weren't notified and wish to be in the future, please send a request with your name and address to kpacker@orovalleyaz.gov. The graphic on the left shows the zoning for surrounding properties. This property was rezoned from R1 144 to Technological Park, or TP, in 2007 and had a master development plan approved in 2010. The most recent revised master development plan from 2018 is shown in the image on the right. Self-storage is a conditional use in tech park zoning and must be approved by town council. In order to be approved by town council, a project must meet several criteria. The use must not be materially detrimental to public health, safety, or welfare. The proposed use must be compatible with surrounding uses and consistent with the goals and policies of the general plan. The hours of operation of the proposed use must not adversely impact neighboring properties. Staff have identified key factors for review throughout the design process, namely regarding height and setbacks, architecture, access, and traffic. This site is limited to 34 feet of height, which is what the applicant is proposing. For context, Lehman Academy is 35 feet tall, or about 35 feet tall. Public schools are not subject to zoning standards per state law. The setbacks on the western boundary of the project site are 3 horizontal feet of setback for every 1 vertical foot of building height. As the proposed height is 34 feet, this is currently estimated at 102-foot setback. Architecture is a key factor in considering conditional use permits to ensure compatibility with surroundings. The applicant is proposing additional access compared to the most recent master development plan, and the proposed development is approximately 500 feet south of Lehman Academy, which staff will consider closely in the context of traffic. Now, Ms. Carrie Sylvan will describe the project in more detail in her presentation. Ms. Sylvan, when you're ready.
Thank you, Kyle, for that explanation. My name is Carrie Sylvan, representing the developer of the proposed project. I'm going to introduce Brody Glenn with Centennial American Properties, who's going to speak in a few minutes about the proposal and his company. We're really excited about this project. It's a proposal located between the Lehman Academy to the north and Tangerine Road on the south. It's part of a larger Miller Ranch project that I'll talk about in a minute. The request is for a conditional use permit to allow for development of a self-storage use with ground floor retail flex space within 2 of the 6 acres, the southernmost 2 acres of this red area. Centennial American Properties is a national leader in modern self-storage facilities that have the look and feel of an office building. The facility features climate-controlled storage units, centralized interior loading and unloading that all provides a comfortable and safe environment. This project, as I said before, is part of a larger Miller Ranch master planned project. So along the corner of Tangerine and La Cholla is a retail area that has not been developed yet. North of that was all tech park. Lehman Academy was built, and then there's residential over on the west that is a transition to the lower density residential further to the west. The current zoning on the parcel that we're talking about, which is the CUP area in red, is tech park. So is everything north of it. South is the commercial area, and as I said before, to the west is that residential area. Just to give you a little bit of background on Miller Ranch, Miller Ranch itself was about a 37.3 master planned site that included all of those components that I talked about. It was originally planned for all tech park north of the corner commercial. As all of us know, Lehman Academy came in and took the most northern portion. It's been a great asset to the community as an educational institution. I know for those of you living around it, traffic congestion has been the biggest concern, and we've been working with the town as well as the master developer and Lehman Academy to work on additional traffic improvements to help the area. In 2018, we also worked on the residential over on the west side. While that remaining 6 acres, that large red area, is actually zoned for tech park and office uses, which can be high traffic generators during peak times. Dedicating that southern 2 acres to a self-storage that's very well managed. It's also a very low traffic generator. So we feel it's a great fit for this area with the other things going on. What I'd like to do now, just to orient one more time, Lehman Academy to the north, this 4 acres will have some sort of future office. And then what we're talking about today is really outlined in yellow, which is the conditional use permit for the self-storage. So I'm going to turn it over to Brody to walk through what they're planning. Go ahead, Brody.
Thank you, Carrie, and thanks for the introduction. A great introduction. So I'm Brody Glenn with Centennial American Properties. We are a national developer. We're actually out of Greenville, South Carolina. We're doing this, what we call limited access climate control self-storage in a number of markets throughout the country. I believe we've got 20-something projects going in all different phases. We've got 6 projects we're currently working on in the Tucson market, this being one of them. This gives, when I say this, I mean the Oro Valley. This is a prototypical site plan or elevation, and I'll show you several of those to get an idea of what we were talking about doing. There's certain requirements within the design guidelines of Oro Valley, and we'll work with staff to make sure that our building meets the town's guidelines. This is a building that we did in Wichita, Kansas. As you can see, we can change the exterior materials. We also, if you look on the right-hand side there, you see a garage door, which we actually have a vehicular pull-through that most of our loading and unloading is done. In this particular building, we've got the retail sales there in the corner. We'll have some, not only the retail sales area, but some retail / flex space within the building as well. Here, if you want to go down to the next. This is another building that we've done. This is more of a plain Jane type prototype as far as the elevations go. This is a shorter proto that is 35 feet. That'll be similar to the height of the buildings we do there in the town of Oro Valley. Next. This is a building that we did in Georgia. As you can see, this is was part of a textile mill, an old textile mill. We adapted our materials and the window elevations to fit in more with the textile mill theme. So just another example of ways that we can adapt to make sure we fit into the particular towns and jurisdictions. Next slide. This is what it looks like at night. As Carrie mentioned, we're not huge traffic generators or not large traffic generators at all. We'll make sure to light our buildings up at night so they respect the neighbors, but also give enough light for safety. Our stores are all operated by Extra Space Storage. The stores will be manned from roughly 8:30 to 5:30 every day. That could fluctuate a little, and are open to the general public or to the tenants from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Rough hours. Next slide. This is a site plan that includes the office building to the north, so we'll actually be purchasing all of the 6 acres. We're only currently planning the south 2 acres where the storage building is located and the parking associated with it. As you can see in the middle of our building here, we have a vehicular pull-through area. That's where most of the loading and unloading will be done by the customers. Excuse me. There'll be elevators off of that loading and unloading area. Excuse me. Also, we'll have a retail slash flex space. It's about 4,000 square feet to activate the site to fit into the neighborhood. We're showing in the rear or on the west side the dumpster and access to all the parcels through the further west access road there. We're showing a curb cut on the east side of the site out to the main road. Anything that I missed, Carrie, that I should speak of?
No, I think we'll work on the design and the architecture, as you said, with the town. It is proposed to be 3 stories or 34 feet, which is permitted within the tech park zoning. And we'll work on the architecture. I think that's about it.
Thank you, Ms. Sylvan. I would like to conclude by reiterating the next steps of the process. On February 10th, a fully interactive online neighborhood meeting is to be held via Zoom, where you'll be able to provide comments and ask questions. After the neighborhood meeting, the applicant will make a formal submittal. Applications for conditional use permits require consideration by the Planning and Zoning Commission at a public hearing. They'll provide a formal recommendation to Town Council, who will consider the application at a public hearing for a final decision. Notice will be sent out in advance of all public hearings. Additional information has been posted on ovprojects.com, and the website will be continually updated as the town receives more information from the applicant. Please use ovprojects.com throughout this process to stay informed. We'll continue to notify property owners who received a yellow postcard for this meeting and post the property with yellow signs for upcoming events. Again, I would like to reiterate, it is important to hear your comments and questions. Community participation is what makes Oro Valley a special place. Please send any questions, comments, and requests to be included in future postcard notifications for this project to kpacker@orovalleyaz.gov. And please stay up to date by checking ovprojects.com under the project name shown on this slide. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure to join us for the upcoming Zoom neighborhood meeting on February 10th.